Sure, the stuff's turned off as well. I do need to sort out a share screen. Turn things off. Okay, it is Thursday. It is that time again. We're going to be doing a little bit more of the Dark Ages, which I'll do for today and tomorrow. And then after tomorrow, I'm going to stop playing the Dark Age on stream. So try and work my way through as much as possible, but I'm just not really enjoying it too much. And it's okay to play, but it's not really gripping me. So yeah. And then either might switch to original Doom, like 2016, or do Doom Eternal, because I never finished Doom Eternal. But I have also got some other stuff as well. Should also be good. Because I'm thinking Horizon Zero Dawn. I've got both the first and the second game. I've not completed, or I never completed the original, and I've not played the second one, so that might be good. And I'm gonna have a look around and see what else we've got. I have been trying to download Elder Scrolls Oblivion as well, but that's gonna take a few days probably on my internet connection. My internet connection isn't great. Yeah. Let's see. Actually, it might be that if I really don't find myself getting much into it today, maybe I'll try and do more of Expedition 33 tomorrow or something. But let's actually get to the Dark Ages. I've rambled on long enough. This is going to blow my ears as always because it's stupidly loud. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Good rest of the evening as well. So I'll probably be going for about I can say 2-3 hours, I reckon, same as last time. Now, why has Doom decided to appear on my left-hand monitor? What is that about? Never done that before. Why? Sort that out first. I can't do anything with my OBS if it's on the left. I'm going to load up first. I wonder if it's switched over to that monitor for the same reason why my right-hand monitor keeps acting weird. Do you not know? Settings. Play. It literally even says in the settings that it's the default monitor is the middle one, so I don't know why it decided to take a trip to the other one. Okay. Okay, that all looks good on my end, so it should be fine. So that's running fine, so that's good. Everything is working. So yeah, we're on chapter 8. And I think there's 22 chapters, so we still have quite a while to go. A bit more balanced out. We shall see. Shift this a bit. I do need to get a better setup. Is it like positioning wise? Let's be better.
Thera, if the tether is removed, the Makers, their directive was clear.
No, not the
What would you
tether.
have us do?
It's like we don't know what that is. Oh,
Can't be removed.
That's the tether.
We scanned it. It's wired to a detonator. demon. He's after something. You saw that. We call it the Heart of Argent. Anyone who wields it, they'd have the power of a god. Stronger than maybe even you. But the heart is incomplete. made up of
She
two
said
parts.
that, and the guy in the background
Other
looked at
half
her
is a
like he
power
was
source
just.
and-
They were just thinking, "The fuck he said."
Don't know where it is.
Valen's search party is still active.
If he ever gets control of it, that much power in Hell's hands, none of us would survive.
No, all of this could have been an email.
Unlock the Ancestral Forge.
Here I was thinking to change.
I ask only to be heard. Contact the ministry. You are stranded in this realm. There is no one left to trust. That is why
Still, do
allow
not
me to
give
speak.
a flying fuck about these characters.
pass.
It still seems a
Commander,
weird decision
he's on
to
site.
have it
Good.
where
Get a team ready to sweep the forest when we're done. I'm meeting him at
you're
the
basically
forge.
watching these cutscenes and playing Doom. It just really doesn't make much sense. I still do not understand the thought of that. Says secrets to me. Oh, I see. Yes, I can go on the ground. Or I can go up on the ledge. Okay. I got both of them. All right. See if there's anything. Note up here.
My people guarded this forest for generations.
Yes. This is weird. Is it just suddenly occurred to me. It's like they're trying to make the Doomslayer be Master Chief, and I know I made that joke in a couple of streams ago, but if I actually solidly think about it, it is just really seem like that's what they're trying to do. Instead of the Doomslayer being sort of his own thing, his own entity, they've instead made him a separate entity. I do wonder if that's what the problem is. Whoa! Gold key. Oh, right, I see. Go round. Yeah, so I wonder if that is sort of issue. This, if you think about it, like the sort of somewhat linear, but like being able to go different routes, stuff like that. Like it feels like playing Halo to a degree, just with more violence.
You'll need a key to continue through that gate.
Yes, no shit. Thank you, game. I understand the mechanics of the game I've been playing for multiple hours. Squish this, squish. Whoa. Dodge and smush. Dodge and smush. All those enemies than I would expect. Keep smacking people with the shield. Let's go retrieve the key. I did that thing again where I switched weapon and I didn't realise I'd switched weapon. Every time. So I end up tapping the wrong button because the shield throws left bumper and
That's
the
it.
weapon
The
switches
gate will
right.
open now.
There we go. See, thinking Jack Johnson would be very confusing combination. Cycler. Shields. Ow. Idiot. Okay, let's just getting up. It's me. There we go. Killed him. Let's just Pulverizer. Quite gotten Used to trying to actually dodge those. Jesus. Shit. Man, I'm still really not good at dodging. Dodging or blocking this. So I really don't know how they can be lit up like a freaking Christmas tree and I still can't lock onto them. Jeez. I can just not do that. Gotta take out this guy now, really. Really not doing well with blocking it.
That's it. The gate will open now.
Nice.
That's it. The gate will open now.
I don't know why I'm using it. I'm not testing either. No, I should really back up actually because I've got no life sigils. Hey, Major Buns.
That's it. The gate will open now.
So, take care of the Revenant first. Limit. That's all right. Is he dead? He seems to be dead. even sure what killed me there. There's many possible things to kill me, but I don't know.
That's it. The gate will open now.
So we nailed that one. That's good. I'm definitely charging a bit too much.
That's it. The gate will open now.
Week's been pretty good so far. Just struggling on this again, which is really nice. Okay. Seems to be the Revenant is dead, so that's good. Bit of an odd combination, but yeah, that might be a... Was you doing something at the same time? You're not just being bored? Struggling with this and oh, by the way, it feels like I shouldn't
The
be.
gate will open now.
Right, going with that nice and quickly. Him as quickly as well. You keep forgetting that purple highlight does not always mean a kill.
That's it. The gate will open now.
At least I'm getting good at picking those guys off pretty quickly. I need to keep that eye on my health. It's just not doing well.
That's it. The gate will open now.
take him down pretty quickly there. These guys. Push that rather in. Every time that happens, it's still funny.
That's it. The gate will open now.
I can definitely take those out pretty quickly. That's the second one. Else with him. Oh, we can. The shields. Face. Block those. Right, okay, now we're doing a lot less damage. Enough less damage though. What? Okay, I need to find health. I need to find health, I'm gonna die again. You can deflect the attack if it's green. If it's green. If any part of it's green, just raise shield.
That's it. The gate will open now.
That's the thing half the time with this. It's just baiting them into firing off those sort of shots. As usual. Let's carry them. Wait a minute. I've got to love the range on some of these guns. There you go. They're trying to run away from me. Not that I know of. Can't think of that game at least. There are a lot of games I either have just not played or don't really know. Makes me think of a very bizarre conversation I had with someone not too long ago. He solidly seemed to expect me to know the game he was talking about, and I just kept looking at him and being like, no, I have no idea. Yeah, there's been like I can think of other games that have that same premise. Because Black and White was one of the ones, like I think the early versions of those sort of games where you had you had or were a god sort of being, and you to make your own. Every time.
That's it. The gate will open now.
One, two. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind games like that where you can just sit and let stuff run. That's funnily enough when I was playing 2 Point Hospital, that was how some of the hospitals I actually had ended up creating would just run. I could just walk away and just leave them running. Thought he had died. Okay. Great fire from long range. Picks it up. There's health in there if I can get to it. Health anywhere else, is there? Health pack, a health pack. My kingdom for a health pack. It does bug me in this game that the enemies have stuff that basically blocks your shots. It seems very weird for Doom in that regard, to have it where you have to basically
The gate will open now.
not just avoid their attacks, but also avoid shooting towards them. Same time, it's just a gameplay mechanic I gotta get used to. I don't know. I probably... At the moment on this level, I just seem to keep dying, so... Do not know. There we go, there's another one. Can't get into a rhythm of I think really shows my mentality with this game. Like,
That's it.
I'm not
Gates
complaining
open
about
now.
like claiming the game is cheating or anything like that. It's literally just no. I think it's just I can't get into the rhythm of this fight and thus can't actually do it. I can take these guys down. It's just getting into the swing of things against some of the other enemies. Yeah, there we go. There's the invisibles. You need to be here somewhere. Scale 1. How have I not learnt that if he pulls back like that, they're going to charge me? There we go. It must be the Who, because I didn't get fooled again. And that's it. Playing to an audience there. Strange one. Block. No, not so much monotonous. I just can't get into the correct mind, sort of mindset, the focus of it. It's more to what I mean.
Gate will open now.
It's kind of like with them on Expedition 33. If there's like a multi-attack on Expedition 33 and I fail at the beginning, I won't then be able to block the other ones, even if I know perfectly how to block it. And at this point, you'd really think I'd have completed this bit by now. So that's also what's bugging me. There's the invisibles coming up. I think the Impale is a better idea for them. The fact that they move. Jesus. Okay, I got very lucky there that he didn't manage to clip me with his attack when he went for it. Okay. Yeah, let's take it. Okay, I've gotta love that I've cottoned onto that. Accidentally blocked a green shot without actually meaning to do so. That's very cool. I go this way. Whoa! health. I even tried to actually anticipate that one.
That's it. The gate will open now.
Let's just go that. Let's just go that. I've gone that down to an art, I feel like. No, I knew that might be coming. There you go.
That's it. The gate will open now.
Probably not a good idea if I'm getting hit by just even the tiny attacks as well. Can't be good for me. Still up, so that's destroyed. Yeah, I need to really avoid getting absolutely massacred by those as well. Sure doesn't reach far enough for me to hit them, so it's annoying. Gotta back up. Okay, there we go. Touch. Fully prepared to bounce that right back at him. Just in the last second, it died. Run, grab that medic. Yeah, it's murdered. Is it over? Yep. Okay. Wow. That didn't take me way longer than it ever should have.
We lost hundreds when they took control of the mine.
Way into that on the opposite side. Looking at how that plays out, I'm betting. Yeah. Go down there, hook a left. Nope, nope. Oh, how did I get away with that? Ow. Maybe I did. Send you flying up. We're taking that. What am I? I've gotten very good at being able to plot out where the map wants me to go to get to a thing. Nope, that's gonna be a problem in a second. Okay, that's just... But that's just a moment. I really thought I jumped off the edge of the map, and instead I managed to save myself the stupidest way possible. Some gold down there, but I really don't care. one demon is replaced by another, and then another, and then another. I've got to wonder if I need to properly utilize the shield a bit more. That might be the mistake I'm making. Oh. No, the thing I was thinking with the shield is that you can throw it to stun some of the bigger enemies to sort of pin them down. Though, given how much the gameplay revolves around the shield, it doesn't exactly work to try and do it that way. That's my other issue. Now he's plugging me. Down, grab. Also, there does remain something entertaining about just targeting something with the shield charge and flying off into the air to basically punch them in the face. No, don't be you stupid idiots. The edge of the... It's available. We're just watching slow time to damn it. I gotta admit, I probably am also like underpowered with some of the gold because I've not been collecting as much of the gold. It would not surprise me too if I'd learnt that a large amount of my stuff is just a bit weakened. Yeah, because it's like more. Yeah, I probably do need to try and work on collecting more of the gold.
Thera, the Slayer has reached the Cliffside Barracks.
What the? I got shot by something the minute I jumped down. How did it? That's a little ridiculous. Oh, no, okay, now I've jumped myself into the deep end here, haven't I? I will say the one good thing about this game to me, is funnily enough not something about this game. It's the thought that we might get another good song from JT Music about Doom. Some of their previous ones have been phenomenal. I would very happily like to see another one. I just woke up that spider demon. Saw that coming, I just didn't hit the trigger in time. No, not so much the Doom games, but there's a duo called JT Music who do essentially like songs based on video games, and some of the Doom ones are some of my favorites.
Reached the Cliffside Barracks.
Not all of the stuff is my thing, but a good chunk of the stuff. Well, they did a really good song of theirs, which is based on the animated series The Amazing Digital Circus, and I love that song so much. Called I think therefore it's called I Think Therefore I Am. It's based off the phrase. Such a good song. I'll be so happy when a new episode of Amazing Digital Circus appears. Who knows when that will be? It's the only problem with indie animated shows. Production schedules can be a touch lengthy. Either the new episode of Amazing Digital Circus or the Gaslight District. Either one. But I know both of them are probably like mid-production at the moment for a new episode. So. Hi, Incubus. You can't get me up here. Ow. Idiot. That's what I am. I'm gonna shoot you in the face now. Okay, I need to stop standing on that ledge. Why do I always taunt the bad guys? This never goes well. I've been thinking, I do want to try and, cause I think I'm trying to make some like alerts and stuff, even though I know we're not anywhere near that time yet. Stuff like the Amazing Digital Circus and the Gaslight District, I might take a clip or two from those and use them for specific things, because those would be fun. Yeah, well, there's alerts and stuff that go off in, like, would go off on screen, stuff like that. Because there's, I don't know how well it would actually work, but there's a line in Amazing Digital Circus that I just, like, think would be kind of funny to have as, maybe like for people who follow or subscribe, which is Kane. It's basically it's Kane's line of saying, "Oh, who calls all this mess?" Oh, that's right, me. It just seems like that'd be funny. But I also had a different idea for having an alert like that, but it's far more self-deprecating, and there's a question of how long that would actually be funny and not just kind of awkward. And also, I should try and avoid the self-deprecating humor. It's not good. If I can pick them off one at a time, that might be the best way to do this. That was stupid. That was a bad idea. Why did I stand still? This is Doom. Standing still stupid.
Thera, the Slayer has reached the cliffside barracks.
It's the yellow stuff's from the Mancubus. It can fire like acid, and that's what basically was hitting me. And so I think even if I try and block it, it creates like an AOE effect. If I'm standing in it, I still get hurt, which I knew. Just failed to think about the actual logistics of it. I also keep charging the Mancubuses as well, and that never goes well, so I think I just fail to grasp large amounts of this. I've really got to get rid of him for that. Okay, now how is that fair, game? They go straight out and then they curve round to hit. It's solving my one question. It's just like in like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, when an enemy locks onto you and you think you've dodged its attack, but because it's locked on, it shifts at the last second. Which admittedly is just me needing to learn to dodge sooner, or dodge later, too. Nope. I thought I spotted that last time. There's someone around who was giving them extra attack power. Yeah, I need to play through Elden Ring. I started playing it, I got distracted, and then I kept saying to myself, oh, I should go back to it, and then I never have. Although I've been getting my sort of masochistic gameplay fix from playing Expedition 33, so maybe I don't need to go play it right now. Yeah. Or a 5 in for the bots accounts to pop up. Interesting. Jeez. Accuracy of that is really not useful. My greatest nemesis, when enemies blend into the terrain.
Thera, the Slayer
This is why I always failed on Siege so much, because I sometimes would just completely miss where there was an enemy. Although they did start to fix that bit on Siege, and that was useful. third one is always solidly learnt that system, so that's good. No, I'm talking Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six, the original games were really fun, but Rainbow Six Siege is an entirely different beast. And was enjoyable when I played it. I haven't played it for a while. I mean, fully enough, like, I think Rainbow Six Siege was supposed to be, at one point, similar to like, the original games, and then they changed it mid-production. I know a lot of the trailers and stuff for it made it seem like it was going to be like an original one. Yeah, although Siege is wildly different from the other, from like all the others. I did like playing Siege. I'm not phenomenal at it because I'm not quite as just sort of quick and on the ball as other people are when playing it. But I did manage to do stuff when I was playing it that was clever and was funny. Like there's a character in it called Tachanka, who's probably had his equipment changed once or twice since I played. That'd be my only other issue. And in his equipment, for Tachanka's equipment, when I was playing it, he had a little proximity device, and you could throw it onto something, and if someone got close, it would beep. And on one of the levels, there's this, when you're having to defend the objective, there's this long corridor where you don't have a lot of room to hide if someone's coming down it. So I would throw the proximity mine on the back of the set of suitcases, so you couldn't see it. People would go past it, and as soon as I heard it going, I would just fire through the door and just pick people off immediately. And I got so many people doing that exact same trick over and over again. It was fun.
Vera, the
It
Slayer
was-
has reached the Cliffside Barracks.
It was fun. And then they changed his equipment, so he didn't have the proximity detector anymore, and I couldn't do that trick. Instead, I learned a different character. Yeah, I do think there's some really cool stuff with Siege. Like the idea works really well, but it is just it's the barrier to entry always felt quite high as a game. It's my only issue. So I was playing it with a group of people, and we were trying to get a new person to learn how to play Siege, and for some reason one of the people I was playing with decided, oh, we should do it like an all rookies round, but he didn't say it to anybody. So me and one person were playing with actual operators, and then he and this other person who were trying to teach the game were playing with the rookies. And I was just like, and then he got mad at us afterwards. It's like, well, you didn't say. That is very much what that person was like. They expected you to do things their way, and they didn't explain to you that. They just expected it. So, not always good. I get murdered if I keep standing there. I need to run forward, grab this health, drop down, do this. Get up. Almost moved. Yeah, okay, you can on Rainbow Six Siege you could camp, but it's tricky to. You have to find like a really good spot to do it if you're gonna try and do it. Some people really do, and then it gets insane. He had broken my shield. Now, I should try playing Siege again. Like, I can't play it with I can't play it with keyboard and mouse. I've tried. I just don't. Like, for some reason, my brain struggles to control like that. So I have to. If I play it on the computer, then I have to play it with a controller, like I'm doing here. Which, given some of the shit I managed to pull off, playing it with a controller against people on keyboard and mouse, I was sometimes surprised. Yeah, I don't know anyone who would play keyboard and mouse for a racing game. That seems like you need a controller for a racing game. But I knew someone who was playing Hades with a keyboard and mouse, and he told me that he was doing that, and I just was like, are you insane? Because Hades is not a keyboard and mouse game. Hades is a controller game. Yeah, I can imagine, especially like if you play on PC maybe as well.
Thera, the Slayer has reached the cliffside barracks.
I have the there's just I guess it is a funny story. It's I was showing someone Grand Theft Auto 5, and they struggled oddly with the controlling the vehicle. Like, they couldn't figure out how to get it to turn, and it was baffling to see them be wildly unable to understand how to get a vehicle to turn in Grand Theft Auto 5. Want to do it? Take damage from those slight rock attacks? It might explain so much. Yeah, that's gonna be useful. That'll be afterwards. Jesus. It's gone better. So, okay. Nope, I died. Once again, to an enemy though. Just wants to cover myself well from all sides. Blocks. Shoot in the face. Shoot in the face. Again, my habitual nature of just tapping the shield button is definitely helping me at times. There we go. That's the increased armor. Nice. Such a fun trick being able to do that. Still enemies?
The cannons in the watchtower can
Yep,
clear
there
the
we go.
path.
Okay. Multiple secrets around. Right, let's go to this one first at the back. And so, I need to take the shotgun with me into that. It's probably the best idea. It does seem weird that you can't just bust through the very obvious wooden planks that I'm sure I'm going to be able to bust through to get out. So that's caged. What do I need to do? Nope. So now that looks like it's a hit. Oh, there's a thing with that. Question becomes, how do I open that? Something I have to do now. Here. Well, that would seem an odd thing. It's definitely throwing it shielded to there. So how do we open up the gate? The usual if in doubt shield throw isn't doing much. Hmm. This does not feel like as difficult a puzzle as it should be to me. Where am I being done? So it's not feel like it should be. Oh, there it is. There had to be something I was missing, I just couldn't tell. Not have taken me as long as it did. Skulls contained under this bit in there. It's probably one I'm going to climb up to get to. And looks like I can. No. That looks like I'm going to go underneath. Okay. Yes, that's the interesting. Right to that, drops that, climb up. It's alright, drop the edge. Is that it? Just those two little bits? Unless I wanted to try jumping off the side and see if I can drop down to the other platform, and it took a while that'll work. Yeah, the answer is it works. Here. Okay, yeah, so then it's... I get the ground bit. I think I see where. So front of the gate, what's the room? that made me think. I'm somewhat enjoying the Dark Ages, Sophia Mountain. I'm just currently being dumb as shit, not able to work out how I get down into the underground bit to get this treasure. Shouldn't be as much of a puzzle as yeah, well, I also have enjoyed how Doom Dark Ages looks. Maybe not so much how it plays. It's always more of a matter of sort of subjective things. Big, obvious goddamn hole, of course. That's... Jesus Christ. How just... How did I miss the giant obvious hole to get underground? That's the question. That's oddly the question. Yes, I need to go this way. It's the main game that I'm playing today and tomorrow, and then I thought on Monday, for the start of the week, I might switch over to something else. That's the plan currently. Just because I haven't been feeling Doom very much. Yeah, but I'll be playing it today, playing it tomorrow, and then think there's a few games that I've got in my head that I might switch over to, because I've got the RoboCop Rogue City game that I've not played through. I've got both Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Zero Dawn East, Horizon Zero East, I can't remember the correct title of it, to play, which I've never actually gone through, so yeah. My intention is to switch between games and stuff, and just basically play whatever I'm feeling. Let's talk here. Yeah, I mean, I've streamed stuff like Heroes of the Storm, which I really do hope some of the potential rumors are true and Microsoft might end up bringing it back. One can hope. Seems unlikely, but one can hope. I liked Heroes of the Storm. I thought it was a really good, like, stripped down MOBA to a degree. Like, it doesn't have the item system. Sort of joint XP was better, because it meant if you weren't doing too great, you weren't being a huge sort of detriment to your team. You're still being a detriment to your team, but it's not a huge detriment to your team. Which was usually me whenever I decided I'll try and play a character I've not played before. Instead of sticking to my normal collection of characters.
Ancient. These mines were built to harvest the raw material.
Yes, yeah.
Of
Did all
the
the secrets.
ancestral beast. The forge is inside.
Oh, thanks for that. I am surprised that my stream quality is good, because my internet is not phenomenal, but I am versed in sort of like audio and stuff like that, so it helps. Even if, as my brother once described it, I look like a radio host. I have a commitment to audio quality and video quality. think it's one of the things that when I watch Chilled Chaos's streams, like I understand perfectly when he starts trying to get everyone's audio balanced correctly.
We're not
It's
far
like
now.
I would do that too. I would make sure mine was. If it wasn't, I'd go nuts. I'm in England, I'm in the UK, which is why it is relatively dark here. The only reason it's not dark is because I've got a giant ass Elgato light shining on me, which is actually currently set to, you think, 3%. Like if I turned it up higher, it would absolutely blind me. Good to keep it relatively low. But yeah, I just am one of those people that I try to make sure the stuff looks as good as it can do, which is probably the extent of like doing like film and TV production. Weapon.
We can enhance your weapons inside the forge.
Yeah, I am hoping to try and get to affiliate at the very best. Like, I doubt I will make any sort of huge amounts of money, but it would be nice to be able to like, play stuff and actually like, make some money from it. I just aim for the wrong thing there? Or what is this? And funnily enough, it wouldn't even be the first time I've managed to make money from web content, because I've made stuff on YouTube, which although I don't think I ever actually made money from YouTube. I did on Blip when I started doing videos on there initially. I have on Dailymotion when the system went weird and I kept getting like a huge amount of views on videos, and so I made money from them for like a month or two. I still don't understand what happened there, but something went well. Yeah, that's definitely the thing. I'm like, I need to try and think about sort of how stuff looks and how stuff sort of runs.
High levels of demonic presence near the forge.
Although, I mean, funnily enough, like it's never been a thing that I've really tended to think about, even with sort of like online presences. Like even my account name on here is essentially just part of my actual name. So. Oh yeah, I understand that with the idea of presentation and stuff like that. Because there are like streamers who I would love to sort of emulate to a degree, like how they do things, how they sort of present themselves. And then there's streamers that I've watched who I question their sanity, but they are very entertaining people, and their content is interesting. Because there's a person who streams with Chilled Chaos quite a bit, called Platypus, and his streams. No, is it his streams? Yeah, I think it's Platypus streams. His streams are insane. Yeah, I haven't gotten to that point yet where I'm really solidly thinking about stuff, and probably any early stuff in terms of my branding and kind of stuff I'll just do to a degree myself, and then I'll try and work at doing stuff more professionally, because the balance to me would be I would want to make... If I did make money from the stream, I would want to get up to a point where I was broken even to stuff that I've spent. And then I'd look to push up from there. Starting cyber demons with this stupid thing. I do wish the Impaler didn't have that drop off. I wish it just fired straight forward with a sniper rifle. It would be far more better for me. Yeah. I need to sort of sit down probably and think about how I want stuff to look and things like that. I mean, funnily enough, when I was doing my YouTube stuff, the title card for my videos was just like something I quickly threw together in just in Premiere Pro. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it was very much a thing I threw together and very obvious that I did. I do have a thought though for I wouldn't right now. Like, I'd probably have to have a think about stuff like that. This is that. This is the guy who's like the Marauder, isn't he? I've heard about you, good sir. Going to be in trouble, aren't I? I'm going to jail, aren't I? Let's grab some health. I need to... Seriously, with the auto tracking. What am I doing here with this guy? Am I just wait? Yeah, I'm just waiting. Wait to go. It is. You are very much like the Marauder. If I wanted to fight you, I'd go play Eternal. Why am I fighting a version of Marauder?
Warning. Agadon Hunter identified.
Okay, I will note that I did a lot of damage there. It's been a lot of damage.
Agadon Hunter
I should
identified.
not be failing as much. Yeah, I remember that article now talking about how you need to basically stay like a certain distance from him. I remember. Thank you, Games Radar. Your articles once again coming in very useful. Oh no, actually, was that talking about the Marauder? This guy has nothing to do with it. There we go. You know, I need to run, grab her. Oh, shit. Gotta love the tagging changing text I managed to get. Yeah, he does seem to be a... Given the last time we had an enemy like this, it's probably going to be that he will then turn up again later. Okay, but I did do solid damage. On 75% health, that's pretty good. Yeah, if I can nail him with the Impaler, he really does take a lot of damage. Smile, you son of a bitch. That reminds me, I should watch Jaws. Watch Jaws, Alien, all those other films that I haven't actually seen all the way through. Need health. Health. Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of it, I just haven't actually seen it as a whole. It's surprising for me, really, that I've never actually just sat down and watched it. I went on the ride at Universal. Does that count? I went on the ride at Universal a couple of years before they closed it and changed it to something to do with Harry Potter now, I think. The ride for it, that theme park ride for it was such a good ride, and the people who were doing like the hosting for that are really, really impressive in my book, because I have done that sort of job on a much smaller scale, and it is not easy to have that level of timing. Although it's funny actually that I say that about having done the job at a smaller scale, because the job was at an attraction that was based on a different Steven Spielberg film. So when I talk about it, let's have some weight behind it. What damage? If I get hit with that, it does a lot of damage. Does the charge attack, and then he does a follow-up. I just need to keep that in mind. Charge attack. There's the follow-up. Oh, there's the Impaler shot in his face again. Come on. Come on. Do your stupid charge. There we go. This gun took long enough. But I mean, in comparison to the Marauder and Eternal, it was a lot easier. Entirely easier, but very distinctly easier. Will the chapter really take us almost 2 hours? I've been playing this game in like the sort of higher difficulties. It's kind of insane. Still do not know why it takes you back to there every time.
The mine is open.
Secret key needed. Fine. It is weird that a lot of the
That
levels
heart powers
for
the
this
forge.
are
It needs to be reactivated.
really huge, expansive areas. Also, I'm half wondering if that heart is supposed to kind of look like the oh no, I was thinking the Soul Cube from Doom 3, but actually even then that doesn't look like that. Yeah, I did not use the grenade launcher. What? Yeah, there are a fair few, when I think about it, there are a fair few classic films I just have not seen, which does seem very strange given my sort of background for film and TV. At least I can say I have watched Citizen Kane. I didn't pay attention to all of it, but I did watch it. So we had to watch it for university. Some of the other movies we were supposed to watch for university, though, I purchased on DVD, but I never did actually end up watching them. But it was things like Shane and Chunking Express and stuff like that. It's just not movies I would watch normally. And I wasn't interested in watching them then. So. It was a course called Media Writing and Production, which translates basically to doing lots of little bits and pieces of what you would do making films and TV shows while really gaining no like expert knowledge on the subject. It was not a good course. I always forget about the minor delays. So I end up saying things and then it comes back. Whoa, Reverend. Yeah, that happens way too often playing this. So it's really funny every time it does. Okay, back it up, back it up, back it up. Yeah, well, we had to watch movies as part of the course because we had like there was an academic side to it, so we had to do essays and stuff and talk about the inner workings of the films, which was interesting, but just I don't do well academically in that regard. Although, funnily enough, like I made videos and stuff that were I made somewhat academically inclined. And I do like talking about films. It's more of a more intellectual degree, even if half the stuff I watch is animated films. I do find it funny that that was definitely the sort of thing I usually call people out on saying, and so I should call myself out on saying it as well. shield back up quickly enough. They spawn in a cyber demon to my left. Okay. Climb this back up. Yeah, we had to watch try to think of some of the like I had to watch The Man Who Fell to Earth, which was David Bowie's first ever film, which is a weird film if you ever watch it. It's a very interesting take on a sci-fi film. I had to watch that. I think what else was on the list? You ever want to see David Bowie naked? He is naked in that movie. It's a weird thing to say, but yes, David Bowie, in the first film he ever appeared in, was naked in a movie. Yeah, people go crazy over him in Labyrinth instead. And I'm trying to think, what else? People still won't go crazy over him in Labyrinth, even though he's the bad guy. You cannot tell me that people did not get sexual awakenings to Dance Magic Dance. It's just not true. Yeah, Legend, funnily enough, is another film that I have actually seen. Like, I know of it by reputation, but I've not watched it. Oh, that was another one on the list of stuff we had to watch for university. It wasn't 12 Monkeys. It was the original French film that 12 Monkeys is based on, called Le Jetée. So that was what we had to do. And it is interesting to see how they turned the film 12 Monkeys, like how they made 12 Monkeys from Le Jetée, because it is the same movie, but just very different in presentation. Whoa, hi guys. Did I just Captain America the shield? It's useful. No, it's more because Le Jetée as a film is an art house piece where, if I remember correctly, it's a lot of like static shots. Whereas 12 Monkeys is obviously much more standard American fare. So it's weird. It's interesting to go and look at it and say, oh, they turned this film into a entirely different sort of situation. It's funny how in my head I immediately go to, oh, this should I'll go into a rant if I start talking about adaptations. Especially if I start talking about the adaptation of Kick-Ass, I will lose my mind. Only film that I have ever watched that is elicited a visceral, angry response from me. Okay. I need to get rid of these shield guys, but I can't get close enough to them to hit them with mine, and then my shield's busted. Well, it's the reason I get frustrated at Kick-Ass as a film is because how the comic handles things. And I'm not saying the comic is perfect. The comic has its own issues, as any comic made by Mark Millar does. But it's more the issue of the movie takes the idea of Kick-Ass, does away with the actual idea of it being realistic, and instead then turns it into very, like, just a very bland superhero-esque movie for the rest of the film. And that's what annoys me about that entire film. Because kind of the point of the comic is supposed to be, oh, well, this is what would happen if it was realistic. They just kind of did away with that. That was bad. That was a bad idea. That was bad. I gotta move. Shields. Just those. The shield. Those. I know. I could if Kick-Ass is one of those movies though. I could easily go on a long rant about the choices that were made and the way things play out against the way things do in the comics and stuff like that. It's just... But I don't need to get onto that rant. I did decide to watch Lilo and Stitch 2, though, the other night. I'd forgotten that towards the end of Lilo and Stitch 2, they tried to literally do the fake out of making it seem like Stitch was dead. I'd forgotten about that. Because, like, you're not going to kill off Stitch. That's not going to happen in this Disney film. If they did, it would be ballsy. It'd be a ballsy move, but they weren't going to do that. The plotline to the first one is basically just Stitch lands on Earth, learns not to be an asshole, finds family, and that's basically it. The second one is basically Stitch is sort of malfunctioning and just needs to be repaired. But for some reason, Jumba never says this to the rest of the family at all, and neither does Pleakley, and thus that's where it's one of those moments where things could be resolved a little easier if characters just spoke to each other, and they don't. It feels like the only bad part of that movie is just it's a very obvious fix, and they don't do it. Despite the fact that it's extraordinarily important that Stitch gets repaired, because if he doesn't, he will die. I'm definitely not watching that new version that they've made with live action, because that is not getting my money and it's not getting my attention. Shredder switch to Impaler. Nah, this... There are definitely films though that I can and will go on rants about. Like stuff like the Simpsons movie. Simpsons movie is one that I will go on a rant about at times. In terms of plotline and how things play out, it just isn't good. Jesus. Yeah, there's a spider demon. Yeah, okay, I need to try and take out the spider demon when it spawns, because that's the one that always fucks me over. I just get turned around every time I end up going back. I'm going to back up into here. So that way the Revenant is forced have to attack me in this one direction instead of getting to be able to shoot me. Direction. We'll take out the plasma shields. We should do this systematically instead of just running in like an idiot. There we go. Armor. Yep, I heard him spawn in. I will keep playing Ring Around the Roses with this tree if I have to. It's saving my ass right now. Distance is the name of the game. I will not be beaten by two. Switch to Ayla. You keep forgetting that you can't fire past the fences. That's not good. That was a bad move. That was a very, very bad move. I'm just gonna murder you people and run right past. Really hoping some help. Spider demon. There we go. That took way longer than it should have. Nothing to find here. Yep. Nope. this area. Turn around. Look, probably back in the opposite direction. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot to grab that. Was it there? And I'm guessing it must, if there are other statues, they must be in the other areas.
Power activated. 2 more switches left.
There's a new power as well. Come across it. To my right. Let's see what's this way. Huh. Wrong one. Okay, you gotta give me credit, that was pretty good. Managed to throw it, take them out, and then perfectly time it to block when he fired. Also, there are parts when it just all does line up perfectly, and it does have the sort of like the solid effect, but it definitely is just a little weak in terms of a Doom game, maybe at times. I don't know why they made the map so huge. I mean, it's like 22 levels. Spend half of the time traversing ridiculously large maps. You're not really doing a great deal. Absolutely no bearing of what that references. I'm trying to think. With like Doom, I don't think it had puzzles, like puzzles. They're not the most difficult of puzzles half the time. It's usually just find the thing you need to hit. But they did have stuff like little secrets and things like that. Like just like walls you could open up if you got close enough and things like that. Yeah, I honestly can't remember Doom 2016 well enough to say. I don't think they had puzzles full on songs. I could be wrong. Whoa. There's definitely things like needing to constantly switch weapons as well, which I can understand, so that you don't get bogged down just using a single weapon for like this fight and stuff like that. Something an idea. I hit too many angles.
Almost finished. One more switch.
See the jump over there. Oh, you've got to be. Really? Really, game? Really? 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 Really with this? Yeah. I know, I explode. Shh. What the hell was that? Put Spider Demon in a tiny ass ledge. Need to try and get rid of him. I knew he'd be the problem. But now, no, I've not really been following the trial and case about that. Not for lack of caring, but I just tend not to. It never feels very important to sort of follow any sort of stuff like that while it's going on, because It's like not going to be very important to pay attention to it until afterwards. Yeah, I get that. I understand. I get the idea of the fact that it is quite a serious case, but it's just like just feels no reason solely to pay attention to it when it's going to be more about how the jury finds things, stuff like that. Oh, there's a life sigil down there. Go to the side. Maybe? If there is another one of those destructible statues around, I need to find it. Especially before I leave the area. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna go. Nope, not that way. Literally the fight I don't want to get into right now, because that way I can go back on it afterwards. Oh, interesting. There's another one of those statues on the opposite side. Do I have to go all the way around then to get to it? It doesn't look like I can destroy anything here. A little bit of backtracking. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but that was a funny coincidence. I love when it all just comes together. Void. Reading this. Right. Okay. So there's a huge area to the left to be explored. So this is where I'll be heading afterwards. Let's just don't think I've melee. That is not for the flail. And yeah, I need to save up for the steadfast ability because that will actually help with my shield gets hit too much. That's not good. I'm in the AoE. In the AoE. It's a good choice. It's one thing to have something that does the sort of the arrow of effect damage like that, but it slows you down as well for your movements. It's truly a problematic combo. Oh yeah, looks like I could have gone to that if I go up inside. Oh. Yeah, we'll have to backtrack. We have to do anyway to get up to the top of that. Alright. The only issue with having such these massive levels, you're gonna run across half the map just to get to an area. I will take some health. Health will be good. I'm done. Drop down to over here. Huge amounts of gold. And look what I see. The final statue. Whiffed that one. Oh, and I forgot that I need to go back up to get to it. Oh, the backtracking. So much backtracking. But I mean, taking on some of these enemies one-on-one, definitely the best idea. Okay, so what in the world is this thing? Mr. Fan post so good. Oh, it's just a way to upgrade. Oh, actually, yeah, I know where those come into play. You need them for the next upgrades, for the last upgrades for the shotgun and things like that. That could be useful. Joe. As well. Goodness. You just totally zoning out for a second. Yeah, that died up here, so it's fine. So let's just deal with these guys. I found and ruby. Good, because it means it's got a few more upgrades. Right, so let's drop down, run over to the Sentinel Shrine, get our upgrades so we can go do the final fight. So basically got any one of the original weapons. The battle refill plush from next village. I will probably actually end up going with the shotgun, maybe. But the pulverizer having increased area would not be too bad, but I don't use it as often. Let's go base shotgun. Which I can do is every pellet from combo shotgun shells. Okay, interesting. Yeah, steadfast. That's what I need to get. Harvester needs a ruby. Okay. Yeah, head up this way. It's to the side. Whoa! I wanted to do it was. Okay, yeah, I may have a really easy way to possibly get that mastery challenge done. They just involve running at the enemy. Really may not actually be the smartest of ideas. that way. Just switch to the side first. Okay, it's useful. Oh, interesting. Okay. All the secrets of that area. So just gonna go. Nice to play for a bit longer. Suspicious. Look at this son of a bitch. I should be able to get that mastery challenge off this enemy alone. I do wonder to a degree if a better idea for it would be to switch out of that triple shot. I bet that triple shot is not helping it. There we go. Until he whiffed the shot. Shit. Plumber over there. Health pack. Shango is the bane of my existence. That used to be my best friend. Did love the Shango in the original too. It's a fun weapon. Out, take out those. Switch to the shredder. Nope. Probably expecting that third shot, and he just didn't. That attack from the Cyber Demon where you can create things on the floor. It's got such a reminder of the Archville from the original Doom. I just hated fighting that as well. The Archville was far more irritating. Yeah, it's interesting that the only ones like that are the ones where you jump them. But I have noticed that whenever there's an upgrade kill, where you're getting a boost to the armor or the health, that's where there tends to be more sort of a stylized actual kill. I don't know why they've changed it in that regard. Yeah, see back. Shredder. Who's this? Just stop. Get down, Mr. President, every time. The stop attack was because when I went to do the execution, when they turn purple, it's watch for jump. If you're higher up than them, it should activate it, and that was why it did it. The Impalers drop. They're insanely quick. Yeah, it sounds like this area is done. Oof, that took a while. Thing value. Let's hold it fine. Oh, game, you can go fuck yourself. Straight up, go fuck yourself, game. Straight up, go fuck yourself. I have to do that again. I might just scream. Just pure, unadulterated rage and frustration. You buckets. You fucking buckets. Got to kidding me? So many levels. I can't believe the save point, that fight, wasn't immediately once it stopped. That's insane. This entire fight again because the game decided to throw several Hell Knights at me on a tiny fucking block. I refuse to play your game, Doom. I refuse to play it. So I'm just going to stand here and pepper this guy with bullets. Was that a cheap way to kill him? Yes. Yes, it was. Fun? Yes. Yes, it was. Alright. So now... does it count? Yeah, so it's counted that I've collected that gold. The fact that it didn't save after to the previous one, so that's interesting. Does mean I have to go down there and get ambushed again, so that's fun. I will take that as a trade.
The heart has been primed. We can use the forge now.
How am I still missing secrets? Doesn't seem to be anything that'd be obvious. Although,
See you at
knowing
the elevator.
how these tend to go, it could still be this good chunk of a level left. Hold it. I knew it. I knew another one of these guys would be back. And then I got tagged by just one of the tiny ones. I don't know. Surprisingly, right up followed up on attack. It's a good thing getting knocked off does not get you killed. Would have been a hell of a way to die. I'm gonna fly again. I'm flying. Almost like if he stopped throwing me off the goddamn map, I might be able to actually have this fight. At least I made that relatively quicker than the boss fight version, so that's nice. Check. That looks like that might be an area with additional secret spots. Oh. Yeah, 5 and 9 secrets, but okay, yeah. It's a bit more to the level. Yeah. Good thing is, the range of Mancubus is not that dangerous in this room. Given most of its shots will get blocked by the walls. Yeah, let's switch to Strawberry. Okay. Ruby in there. Some of these puzzles are not really the most trying of things. There's a massive blue marker on the wall so you can smash through. It does sound like there's a god in your game. It does sound like it's so much the merciful god as the vengeful god. I really like they're putting the enemies right behind a wall and waiting for you to walk around it. Really do seem to love. Nearly the exact place you would put a bunch of Lost Soul enemies. Nice wide open area with a lot of space for you to move. Okay, let's drop that down, but maybe they need to get up there first before I can do anything. Okay, yeah, that was not quite the way I was meant to do that, but still. This can drop down. Nope. So it's there. sigil, codex piece. Oh, weapon skin. Excellent. Oh, that's it. Missed it by that much. Any sodding walkways, you sociopaths. Shield. Yeah. I wonder if the runes are going to be gone in the next bit. That would make sense. It's 9 of 9 on secrets. Let's go to the next bit.
No signs of the demons, Thera.
We won't have much time.
This has been so long I'd forgotten that we were actually
The
doing.
ancestrals never really die. The heart endures. And we harvest the energy. Svara. Nim
The secret lost art of Lamaz.
Veseque. Svara. Nim unve. Anme. Veseque.
Why exactly does the tether have a video camera feature as part of it? Strange choice. All I can think of is that Easter egg in Grand Theft Auto 4, where there's the giant heart inside of the Statue of Liberty. Immediately where my brain goes.
They're here, falling back. We'll meet you at the exit.
Arizona to power shield rune. You become the power of the Fisher. Go fish quite solidity. Damage gun attack loss into enemies. Funny how I literally called it. Splitters chose force. Okay, that actually will be really, really useful. I cannot really say I'm seeing much difference between before and now. Maybe it's just a thing where the visual effect is not quite as apparent. Whoa. Or 5 stars. I feel like given a lot of my gripes, I would say a 3. I don't know. I do find myself like enjoying it, but sort of slow nature of the cutscenes, the kind of heavy-handed nature of focusing on the shield and stuff, it does make it feel not so much like Doom, but like something else entirely. I probably would end up saying a 4. Because stuff like the cutscenes I could skip. I think the reason that it seems like there's barely any cutscenes is usually because there's about 3 hours between them. Especially when I'm playing. It's not like the cutscenes are the most engaging of things. Any friends? Definitely managed to get streaming set up to running. It's quite a good system. Yeah, I do find it interesting that it's, you know, basically saying, oh, you've got this new ability, but I can't really see the ability. Makes me wonder actually if I've doesn't have deactivated it or something. No, I definitely think one of the actual issues though is that this version of Doom feels repetitive. And the other ones were repetitive, but this one feels repetitive, and that is a major flaw. I mean, the levels are so huge that you're wandering around, getting into brief fights, where it's pretty much the same enemies every time. It doesn't make it the most interesting of things. It is funny though, actually, because there was a game I played recently called South of Midnight, and that had the exact same issue in terms of like you would just walk around, get to the next section, have to fight the same enemies, but the story for that was phenomenal, whereas this just feels bloated in doing it. I don't know. I don't feel like it is streamlined, because I'm having to wander around huge maps to get to just these fights that can take a while, because it's not as simple. Didn't mind in the old game where it was you were basically just walking a linear route. Also, because it made sense. Kind of makes me think of what Halo tried to do with the last game. Because their last game wasn't linear. It was where you could explore and go at your own pace. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Oh, interesting. So that's why it's constantly skipping back to the beginning, to the start menu, because I must end up hitting B to clear off of that, but that's then taking you back. Instead, what a weird system. A strange choice. Very strange. Okay. Well, it has been 3 hours. It's a little over the time we said we were going to do, which is good. But yeah, so we will do some more of this tomorrow. We're on chapter 10, and there's 22 chapters, so we should be about the halfway point tomorrow. Once we finish, that's not too bad. Yeah, and then on Monday next week, I will switch out to playing something else. Figure out what I want to play. But yeah, so see you tomorrow, and hope you have a good day. Bye bye.